One of the reasons I wrote this book is because, after doing this work for 20 years all over the world, I know that equality can't wait. It just can't. And our family life is better when we have equality, our society is better. So I try to share in the book stories of women's lives who've called me to action, because I want to call everybody to action. And so I share some moments in the book about my own life trying to get equality in my home, even though Bill and I were committed to equality, getting equality in my home and getting equality in the workplace. And I think by sharing my personal stories, I'm hoping that it helps other men and women kind of look at their home life and their work life and say, do we quite have this right yet?
When you talk, though, about the annual letter, this was an extraordinary moment as you ascended in a much more public way. What do you think you'd like people to take away from, that experience with the annual letter?
When we first thought of doing an annual letter, Warren Buffett said to us, I think you all should do an annual letter. Just explain, like he does in his Berkshire Hathaway annual letter, explain how you think about the foundation. And when he mentioned that to us first, we both thought it was a good idea, but I just said, oh my gosh, Bill, we had 3 young kids at the time. I just said, I don't have time to put pen to paper. And Bill said, that's okay, I'll do it. So Bill had been doing it for a number of years and he got very comfortable doing that. But as I became more public about my role with contraceptives, and as I became more determined that we do certain things on behalf of women, and our children were older, so I had a bit more time. It just seemed the time that I should step in and write more of the annual letter. And what I hadn't realized is that Bill had a lot of ownership over that at that point. And yet I knew it was important to have my voice there. And so we had a discussion the first year of the letter, and I wrote a little sidebar. And by the 3rd year, I was like, I'm writing half the letter. And so yes, those aren't always easy conversations to ask what you want in your home or what you see and want in your work life, but we all need to do that. And I think in doing it with our partners, we again get it right for society, and we role model for other women stepping up and using your voice.
You said you've become a lot more comfortable with yourself. Is that something that you think comes with time, or what advice would you give to other women who are battling these same issues of self-confidence, the imposter syndrome?
I would say to them, surround yourself with other people who know you and know your true self and can remind you of that best self, and that you're going to be okay being who you are. Don't let other people set your agenda. Set your own agenda. And you know enough, you're learning enough. And so if somebody's trying to label you or paint you into a corner, it's maybe because they don't like that you're pushing back on their point of view, or it may be that they have that image of you, but only you know who you are. And the only way we change society, the only way we move forward in society is to have new ideas come up. And so as I say to my children, lean into those difficult places. Just when it's hard, don't back up, lean in. And try and read the room, read the situation. It's not always about sometimes it's what other people want to put on you. And you can break through that by being yourself. And we can role model for other women and young girls coming up that it's okay to be yourself. And I think it makes life more interesting. At least for me, I'll say it makes it more fun. I have more real connections, even when I go into a room that I'm uncomfortable with.
Are there still rooms you're uncomfortable with?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's another thing is we put people, once they get to a leadership role, we put them on a pedestal, like they had it all figured out, or they walk into a room these days and they must be comfortable in every setting. No, I go into situations where I'm nervous. And so, I have to work on that, but I also have to show that it's okay, even if I mess up. And we have to just say, look, those are full ranges of human emotions, and let's not paint people in one light, right?